I pulled a card earlier today in Soulful, and it was Gaia, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, and really how encompassing and how beautiful she is, right? And as we go into this, I'd love for you to, first of all, ask your mind, body, and soul to do whatever it needs to do to heal. If you are in a position where you are unable to listen fully, then please do come back and listen to this again. If you are in the position where you can listen to this fully, give yourself over to it. Give yourself over to really asking the mind, body, and soul to do whatever it needs to do to heal in this space. Asking to connect with that little you, that inner child. Also asking to connect with the higher self and the physical body. And feeling the energy of all three of those pieces of yourself. Those three pieces combine to make the incredible you that you are. The one that you're turning into, the one that you are moving towards. You're incredible already. It's allowing those bits and pieces to shine. So imagine that beautiful, it's so funny, a chunk of coal, but how incredibly, the things that it can do when it's lit on fire, like it's just so powerful, so very, very powerful. So as you're sitting in the energy of that, and again, connecting in with Mother Earth, with Gaia, tapping into those roots running down from the soles of your feet, feel the strength of yourself as a tree, whatever tree that little you wants you to be, whether it's a tiny baby seedling or whether it's a full-grown massive oak, whatever it is, anything in between, whatever type of tree it is too. That little you is just there at the base of it, and you can feel the energy of Mother Earth tending to her roots, the roots of you, the ones that are grounding you here. And she's speaking beautiful, positive words to that. She's speaking in about how valuable you are, how worthwhile you are. I'm asking you to be open with no expectations, no limitations. Being okay with the outcome. The willingness to recognize expectations. That little you. Oh, that little you pointing at them with these big arrows or spears and attempting to move them out of the way or pop those bubbles of expectations. Feel the freedom of that and that letting go of expectations, what that looks like. That expectations show up for a reason, but it's the understanding of those expectations and learning how to let go of them. We let go of them by breathing our way through the I am open. We let go of the energy of how they're holding on to us. We step into the awareness that's an expectation. I no longer want to react like that. So in other words, I'm going to be okay with what's happening right now. And then being okay with what's happening right now, this doorway opens, the window flies open, and this beautiful sunshine is flowing in instead. There's not closed doors, but open windows, open doorways. Feel how that little you is drawing you through those open doorways and into this beautiful, loving, supportive area where your favorite color is in that area. And as you're in that favorite color, together, breathing the way through the I am love. I am loved. I am loving. I am lovable. I love me. I love myself. And witness what your little you feels like when you say, I love myself. That self is that little self. It is that inner child. It is that little you. It is that small self. I love myself. I am divine love. And with our little you and our higher self, we're being asked to go on a journey. And that method of transportation is showing up. And it could be a bird, it could be a horse, it could be a car or a carriage, a train, a plane, an automobile. And whatever it is that shows up is absolutely fine. Even if it's water, if it's a river, feel the flow of that journey that that little you wants to take you on, that the higher self wants to take you on. And just kind of taking a look back at the year, that in January, what was something that stood out for you in January? I know, like myself, Sandra, it was the recognizing that I did love me, but I wasn't loving myself unconditionally. And in that awareness, I was able to start to shift into this journey. And even maybe in the Sandra speaking of that, others shifted subconsciously. Maybe there was a bigger ripple effect happening. I'm in gratitude to that. And then February rolled around. And February brought with it more of the winter weather, the being at rest or in this healing space, this space of learning how to take care of oneself. And some of us took part in the empowering extravaganza, the little you. And this beautiful love letter came through. A love letter to our little self. Or a vision came through about what we wanted. And you can see how, like flashing forward, how some of those things fell into place. But staying in that beautiful February, that cool space, that awareness of what we were setting in motion in February. How connected we became with that little you. That there was a deeper awareness of how we were each holding ourselves back because of things that we thought of as a child. I'm so grateful for the opportunity of what I learned in that experience about myself, about that little you, that part of myself. And even maybe too, just even knowing more deeply what empath I am, whether it's many or one. Understanding and understanding came in. I'm very grateful for that. Coming into March, when the spring weather was starting to reveal itself in different ways. Maybe we were still entrenched in the snow, but our thoughts were already starting to lean towards the better weather. And even subconsciously, what that better weather meant on a grander scheme for the little you. It was that learning how to play with that little you, working our way through understanding some of those expectations, understanding some of those limiting beliefs, asking deep questions. Witnessing those around us, their growth, their understanding because of the things that we're saying, the sharing, the revealing parts of our little you to the light. So very grateful that the little you was willing to go on that journey. And your little you may actually have a flower for you in this part. Coming into April showers, right? Some of us probably had many tears in April, and we're not even sure why. That there was stuff going on in our extended families that we weren't even aware of at this point yet. But we were already tapped into the energy of that because of this beautiful ripple effect, because of the empaths that we are, because of the connection, just like trees. There's this incredible root system. And we've made a point of connecting with that little you. We've made a connection with that higher self within ourselves. And those April showers are cleansing away some of those old habits. As we rolled into May, the season of flowers, there were definitely things happening in our world, whether it was construction woes, whether it was family dynamics, whether it was the shock of health, whatever it was, these things came up because we were ready to work our way through them in a different way as well. That they provided some pretty remarkable opportunities to learn, to grow. Witness your little you. Feel into the energy of your little you in May. How are they reacting? What are they doing? Are they crouched down, hiding? Are they starting to be taller? Are they looking around? Whatever the sense is, or the knowing. Coming into June, things were amping up. Lots of shifts are happening. This is in the dynamics. It feels like very much like June was a shift in the finances, the awareness of the finances possibly happening over this next quarter. But just really, there was a big shift on how we were looking at finances or money or the energy of money. There was something big going on around that. There might have been some fears, some exhilarating moments. And all along, our little you was there witnessing, taking it all in, knowing what kind of energy they wanted to be standing in. So feel into the energy of what your little you is doing with money right now. Because little yous, man, those little selves of ours, my granddaughter, at the Christmas party that we attended a couple weekends ago, she literally took a wad of Monopoly money out of her bag at the table. And it was like, yes, this is it right here. Play with that money. Feel into the energy of how our little yous were responding to the money, even though those adult selves might have been reacting in a completely different way. that is paper. You know, the energy it has is only the energy we give it. And that little you loves to that tactile, that playing with the pile of money, that putting it in different numbers or colors depending on what the money is like, coins in different piles. Feel into the energy of, let's adopt that. Let's bring that into the new year coming up with this new beginnings at the end of the month. That joy for playing with money, whatever that looks like, whatever that feels like. It's that awareness. If we only think about money in our limited thoughts, then we stay there. If we expand the energy of that money and the possibilities, it's amazing what can unfold. And it's one small little step at a time, but allowing your little you to live in the energy of the power that they have, flaunting that money around. Tap into the energy of that. Coming into July, the incredible places you may have gone, the things you might have done, even if it was a day, an hour, a weekend. And where the little you was in that. It might have been just laying out in the yard, standing out in the yard, witnessing your own yard, feeling the sun on your face, embracing that little you, and just being so grateful for being able to experience July. It might have been the awareness that things have shifted, that there's a new way of thinking, that there was a new way of letting things roll off your back, or a new commitment. A new commitment came in to self. Thank you, little you. Coming into September, where things were, I get the feeling of an escalation, that something was escalating, that there was a possibility that some fears were coming up, and that little you was there all along, unsure on how to tap into that energy, waiting and experiencing things. And then on reflection back of that month, the being okay with how you went through it. That awareness of the things that you may not have known. Just like myself, I didn't know how to be the mother of a bride. So there was something you didn't know how to be in that month, possibly. And however you went through it, you may never have this opportunity again to go through it and make changes, but your awareness moves forward in what you do moving forward. You're choosing to experience the experience. Feel the energy of what your little you is doing with that phrase. You're choosing to experience the experience. Coming into October, the winding up of that fall season, the leaves, the colors, the vibrancy. And possibly you're seeing the world through new eyes. You're choosing to see it through new eyes. It's very much like what was said here today, that I am recognizing where I've been and how much I've changed, and that this part of me I'm welcoming back. And I'm choosing how to move forward with that. I'm letting go. I'm creating new habits. as November rolled in, there may have been an experience unlike others, or maybe it happened in a month before, but you have recollection of it very deeply, very strongly in November. Because November is that month that is that beginning to prepare for the lying in wait, beginning to prepare for the rest, beginning to prepare for that beautiful downtime. Yes, you may continue to be evolving and prospering and shifting and changing in areas, but you're also very aware of the need to step in this spot. And maybe it was something just as simple as appearing at a class or going to this one function. Coming into December, it's as though there is a heightened awareness and it's uncomfortable. And I say that from experience, that the little you is looking at the adult self and questioning everything right now. And that's what I, as the adult, appear to be doing as well. I'm questioning everything. Why do I feel like I'm this in this situation? Am I this in this situation? What's going on? That little you has me questioning so much right now. But I'm also so aware of how I'm setting this beautiful intention that I want to step into the next year in an empowered manner. That these questions, I'm just going to let them sit and stew and percolate and reveal the answers. Just like, when the bubbling up of stuff, it pops up this bone or this carrot. Whatever it is that pops up, when it's ready to pop up, it will reveal itself. And now as you bring all of those months together in the palms of your hand, and you feel like it's this beautiful book, and you're closing this book down, you're giving thanks and gratitude to this book. And you can put it on the shelf, you can burn it, you can throw it in the water, in the trash, whatever it is. You can give it to the divine or give it to Mother Earth as fodder for the soil. Whatever you're being drawn to do with this book, because it's the memories, the transactions, the lessons, the growth. And that little you is dancing around, playing, leaping, jumping, swimming. Whatever that little you wants to do. Maybe it's just sitting petting the dog. Maybe it's the cat crawled in the lap. Maybe it's the putting up the Christmas decorations. They're adding more. Whatever it is, just allowing that little you to really express themselves in this moment. Maybe it's a drawing. Beautiful. Thank your little you for this beautiful journey. Thank the higher self for the support, the divine guidance. And give the little you a gift, whatever it is. They cherish it. And again, embrace that little you, letting them know that you love them. I love you. You're loved. You're loving. You're lovable. I love you. I love all of you. You are divine love, and I cherish you. Thank your little you, and leave them with that beautiful gift that you've given them, whatever it is. And maybe you've just added to it. And gently come back to this beautiful space of the who you are because of the journey you've gone on with your little self. And look forward to that journey again. Beautiful. And so it is.